said sorry, I'ma have to pass like Nash to Amari. Tiger up early on a Sunday, sinking birdies while the pigskin spinning through the air, tight and birdie. It's a TD, it's a TKO, a home run, it's a hat trick. Ain't no way to be an all-star without practice. So if you down to sacrifice your life for a draft pick, it's a pretty sweet position. You can live it if you have some things in the air. If you got game, wake up like you just don't care. If you got game, playing like you got no fit, and you got game. If you came in the way, then you got game.
Welcome, everybody, to Oui Talk Raw. I'm your host today, Jennifer Busco. I'm so excited to be here. And I am here with Coach Boz. Welcome, Lyndsey Boswell.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming all the way from High Point, North Carolina, that hour and a half-ish commute. Yeah. So you're the women's lacrosse coach for High Point University.
Yes.
Let's talk about something. Is lacrosse like soccer or football?
No, it's on a football-sized field.
Okay.
Similar to ice hockey vibes, basketball, maybe a mix of soccer with all the running, but it's definitely unique.
Yeah. What's the hair, where did it come from? Is it American?
Native American.
Interesting.
So it's been around for maybe the longest sport.
Really?
It's just kind of growing and new. Definitely
those balls
growing in North
are
Carolina.
What are they? Yeah, they're
hard,
like hard.
Hard rubber. Yeah, like a mixture. It's a ball of its own, but size of a tennis ball.
Wow,
Native
really American.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were probably like tipping back some vodka. This would be really cool to put a ball in a net.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the tool has changed over time. It was huge at first. The fields were went on for miles, actually, when it was first
Wow.
came about. Yeah.
Miles,
literally miles. It was like a war. That's how the Native Americans, I'd have to check the full history, but that they took sides and yeah.
And then if somebody won, did they win land or something?
Yes,
or
something along
food?
those lines. I got to
We'll ask ChatGPT after the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Our Beats Radio.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about how you got where you are.
Yeah, so I grew up in Annapolis, Maryland, played lacrosse. Actually, I played basketball. I loved basketball. I wanted to play basketball in college and be a basketball coach. And basketball was my first love, but I stopped growing in 6th grade. So started playing lacrosse. So I was late for the sport, where I'm from. Went to college, played lacrosse. Never have ever done anything else for work after college.
That's
besides
wild.
coach lacrosse. So.
You're in your path, your purpose, your passion.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've always wanted to be a coach? You always had that urge?
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it came about when I graduated, I had another year of school. My coach let me stay another year. And then that was, I guess it's been 22 years I've been in college coaching now.
Oh my gosh. So when was your first coaching gig? Was it college? Were you first coaching?
Yeah.
How'd you get that? How'd you land that one?
Well, my alma mater. So I came down here. I went to Pfeiffer University for school, stayed there for 2 years and coached with my then college coach.
So your old college coach.
Mm-hmm. He gave me my first job. And then I went on and coached at St. Andrews, which is Pinehurst area.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For 3 years. Was there for 3 years and I've been at High Point ever since. So 17 years at High Point University.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that first year so intimidating and overwhelming?
Yeah, I was
as a
young.
coach?
I always tell people they hired me when I was 16 because how could I be, at that place for as long as I was, but not really. I was 26. So at 26, I was the youngest head Division I lacrosse coach and starting a program.
Wow.
So that was in 2009. And the rest is history. I've been there ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun. Oh
Lots
my
of challenges.
gosh. So what, tell us about your day-to-day life as a Division I lacrosse coach. Do you have a set schedule or is it just you're so busy and overwhelmed in all these different things?
I mean, I've grown into this. I feel in my 40s now, much different than being in my 20s. I have my program kind of runs itself now, but no, my days are full. People often ask me like, what else do you do? So you coach a college lacrosse team, like what else do you teach? And it's like, no, there's no time for that. A lot of recruiting. We go through like recruiting timelines. So all summer is recruiting when the players are home. It's not vacation for me. It's actually more time.
Wow.
A lot of time on the road. November
So
is
you're
a
going
big
and scouting
travel.
out like high school
all
players?
over the country. Yep. Lots of tournaments. We go to high school games.
And do you talk to them
recruiting
after?
is never ending. No. So there's a lot of rules that go with recruiting too. We have to stay NCAA compliant. So we're not allowed to talk to them unless they are a junior in high school. So September 1st of their junior year, we can talk to them at that point. We recruit them 2 years out. So that's when we start committing them as juniors. Yeah. So that happens all summer, a lot of the fall. We have a fall season. It's our non-competition season. And then the spring is our competitive season where we, compete for championships, and NCAA tournament is in May. So it's year round. Day to day, we are lifting, we are running, we do a lot of prep for, we watch a lot of film, we prep for our opponents, meet with recruits on campus when it is time to meet with them. Oh gosh, we do so much. Yeah, it's a lot. I have a full staff, thank God.
Oh my gosh. Are they just exhausted by the end of the day? I mean, they have their full school schedule and then doing all of this physically.
Yeah, the players are rock stars. I mean, they start their days, most of them at, 5, 6 a.m. They have recovery stuff that they need to do in the evenings. So they're going from morning to night between, college classes. Some of them are like their majors range from communications to education. Some of them are pre-med. So amazing student athletes, and they're on the go. Yeah, all the time.
I'm sure it just must become such a community and such a family because they're together all the time, traveling, highs and lows, ups and downs.
Yes, tight-knit group. They spend a lot of time in the locker room, obviously on the field. Then when we travel, we're on bus trips, plane rides, in the hotels. They spend all their time together, and then they all live together too. So they choose to like house together.
Really?
And they
so they
all
don't
live
have
together.
to, but they choose to?
They choose each other. Yeah. Year after year, they just are obsessed with each other. But yes, definitely like a big family feel, and the culture is strong, and they're tight, and they love each other, and they work really hard for each other. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
Oh my gosh.
Huge commitment. Biggest commitment of their life so far, of course, but maybe of their life.
So is there a goal after they graduate college, like to go pro? Like,
there is a women's pro league.
Or to coach like you?
Yeah.
Or
it's a selective group for the Women's Pro League, but it is getting off the ground, and women's lacrosse is still growing. So around the country and around the world, really. But yeah, some of them have those aspirations. Some of them want to coach, and then some of them hang up their cleats and they're done. And it's just a phase of their life. And then they go get the job of their dreams, get married, have kids, whatever. But
all the life lessons they must learn just from being on the team and this like high pressure cooker situation, and how to deal with ups and downs and failures and victories. And
sometimes in the moment, in their 4-year time frame, it doesn't always make sense. But then post-graduation, first jobs, they look back at the lessons that they've learned and the things that they've been able to take away. And they're like, oh yeah, like it starts to click for them. Sometimes sooner than later for others. But yeah, it's a platform for what they're going to experience in their life.
Exactly. I mean, I played sports in high school, not in college, but I still think to this day, like that's why I'm a team player in so many ways, you know, just helping people out and just whatever the situation is. I just feel like I'm always a team player. And I'm like, it's because I was on teams, you know?
You learn accountability, obviously. I mean, all the things, everybody knows what sports does for you, but I love the grit that it teaches. Like our young women are so gritty, and they're so powerful and strong, and they use the sport to give them that confidence to go into the real world.
But I feel like it also maybe like softens the ego, because no team's going to win every single game and do great every single time. So you have to learn how to.
The growth is in the losses.
Right.
The growth is in the Actually, the most growth that is done on our team is in the locker room. In the losses.
But we're not putting that out to the universe. Win.
No, we win a lot of championships. But where we grow the most is when we can play a little bit over our head. Sometimes we take a loss. And then for those players that don't always play, I mean, we play 12. we have 43 girls on our roster.
You play 12 at a time.
So 12 people are playing. The math doesn't math. Not everybody gets to play. So the sideline is a huge part of our success, but also it's humbling, so you don't always get the playing like the game minutes.
Oh, that's got to be hard. Yeah.
It can be, but I think our girls do a great job of knowing their role and just how they play a part in the wins and, the preparations for games too. So yeah, being a team player is the name of the game.
I agree. Let's back it up a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about how beautiful High Point University is. So I come and teach your team meditation, breath work, and yoga. And I pulled in, I'm like, I feel like I was on like Edward Scissorhands, like this beautiful like community. Everything's purple and white and water fountains. I'm like, I want to live here. I want to go to this school.
The branding is strong.
It is so beautiful.
Yes, it's amazing. It's a life skills university. So a lot of hands-on teaching happens on our campus. A lot of preparation for the real world. So not a lot of lecture classrooms. You're not going to see 100 kids, 200-300 kids in the classroom. The ratio is still 17-1 student to teachers.
And don't they have to live on campus? Did someone tell me? Did you tell me that?
So they live on campus until their senior year. They have a choice.
Oh, okay.
95% of our students live on campus because our campus is so nice, though.
I mean, people drive golf carts. I'm like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's amazing. And it's really just to prep them for the real world, to show them what's out there. And, hard work and determination, commitment to your thing can lead you to, it's not really about the material items, just living a life that is, purposeful.
So when the pressure is high and everyone's looking to you, how do you regulate yourself before you lead others?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, people like you, Jenny, like that I've been lucky enough to be around, have taught me tools. But I spend a lot. I have like a pre-game ritual where I close my door in my office and I lay down and I visualize myself speaking clearly to my team. I use breath work a lot through you, through other yoga teachers, and just through my own like faith. I have a strong core that allows me to be strong in front of my girls. The challenges that come are a lot. It is high pressure a lot of times. But for me, it's like, that's why I'm in it. And that's where I feel like I thrive the most. So, but there's a lot of preparation. I mean, I work out. I'm still very active. That's kind of my outlet.
And you have a team of coaches with you, like helping you?
Oh, yeah. We have 3 full-time assistants, and they're amazing too. And they all have their pregame routines because we have this language that we use where we have to be in our green zone when game time comes. So we use the time before games to get into our green zone, and that's where we perform at our best, and our players have the same language. So our jobs each time we're out there is just to keep ourselves and each other's green so we can perform at an elite level.
And by green, you mean like present or positive?
Present. Yeah, green for us is thinking really clearly. So like getting the clutter out.
Love that.
Getting all the extra thoughts that are not serving us, getting the negativity out, the fears, and just thinking clearly. We need to make high-level decisions very quickly. So when there's clutter, it gets in the way of good decisions.
Right. Because when you're present, the more present you are, the better the decision is in that moment.
Yes, definitely. The clarity is good for our athletes. And, it's clean breathing. It's not that like tight, tense, fearful of making a mistake. More or less clear breathing, clear mind, and excited to make a great decision, or a great move, score the goal. Like a lot of that goes into it every day during practice, but obviously in the game time situation. So game time and practice isn't really that different for us because we practice at an elite level and under pressure every day so that game times don't have to feel like they're a different day.
Well, one of the girls came up to me after class and was like, we were talking about something. She's like, I'm just stressed out. I'm like, well, why are you stressed? She's like, I just moved here from across the country to be at a Division I school and perform and play. I was like, oh, right. Got it.
Bingo. You're like, that's not stress. That's hard.
That's a big transition.
Yes. Yeah.
Do the girls have a ritual they do before games?
Yeah, we do. I mean, on game day, you'll find us on the field 3 hours before the actual game. And they're out there visualizing. They're getting touches on the ball. They're getting physical touches with each other just to feel that closeness. And it's like a safety thing, right? So every time we're in our group of people, like beginning practice, end of practice, before games, in the locker room. We always have our arms around each other, and that's kind of our thing. It feels safer, even though we know we're human. We make mistakes. We're gonna lose our focus. We're gonna let our minds wander or race at times, but being with each other feels safe. So yeah, they go on the field. We have a pregame meal together. We even eat a meal the night before the game. So just all the time together so that we can talk through anything that we're feeling.
Do they have a social life at all?
Their social life is each other, really. Yeah. I mean, and not to make it sound boring, but yeah, they go out. They're college kids.
Right.
They definitely have like groups outside of the lacrosse team, but they're an elite group of people. So they're the top, 1-2% on our college campus. So they're looked at for everything they do. Wow. So they have to watch out for how they're representing the team and the university.
So is High Point known for lacrosse more than other sports?
I would say our premier sport is basketball. Yeah, but High Point University does a good job of supporting all of us. Our soccer teams are really amazing. Our volleyball teams really. All of our sports are, actually. All of our sports are going to the NCAA Tournament at the end of their seasons.
That's amazing.
So we're also surrounded by an athletic department that wants to be really great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So let's talk about you, Coach. I can imagine that you've had so many challenges in different ways, like throughout the years, like as you've grown as a coach, as a person, raising a family, you have a husband and 2 kids. So do you want to share a couple of challenges that, that you've had to go through as a coach?
Yeah.
Personally or professionally?
I think back to like my first year coaching. My brother died in March of my first year ever coaching.
My gosh.
And that was like the hardest loss of my life to that point.
Your first year?
My very first year. So I was 22 years old, 2 states away, dealing with all of that. And it was at that moment that I recognized that lacrosse was, at the time, it was like my coaches, it was my alma mater. So it was a safe place for me to be there and go through that. I mean, there's been so many, right? Like post-COVID, I lost my dad. Losing people that are that close to you and having to be on not always national stage, but like in the spotlight with a game that we stream now. Everything's on social media.
Right.
And we stream on ESPN. So like going through those hard moments and having to be strong for my team and just like...
How do you do it? Do you just kind of put it to the side?
You use all the tools that we know.
Right. You use all the tools.
I've been in the most pressure games in the NCAA tournament, in the Sweet 16, and it's the same tools there as I use when I lose my dad, when I didn't know them as well, like say rewind 20 some years when my brother passed, but through my own growth and like my own self-care. And then most recently, like I'm a cancer survivor. So 2 years ago, almost to the day, I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer and went through chemotherapy and radiation publicly in front of everyone. I missed a lot of practices, but missed 0 games and traveled separate from my team, and huge challenge,
How did you do that? Day by day?
Mental toughness, one day at a time. Yeah. Just like that's the place that I've always wanted to be. And it gave me a sense of security and safety. And I have big faith. So like my faith got me through it. My husband's amazing.
He's the
amazing. Sweetest thing in the world.
He really
and the best dad. So yes, I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old together with him, but we also have 3 others. And we have 3 older kids they were in college at the time. So he was managing and juggling like all of it, but he's a trooper. He's strong. He's my rock. And he gave me the ability to be at home and sleep all day so that I would have like 2 or 3 hours of energy, and I saved that for lacrosse and my team and my kids too. But he played Mr. Mommy and Dad and did all that stuff so that lacrosse was my healing. So I was able to be there and, be strong for my players. And I think gave them the ability to also, be strong for themselves through that time. They grew a
how
lot.
were they? Did that change the relationship that you had to them?
Probably tighter, like the level of respect probably changed a little bit, but I keep a close relationship with my players anyway. They know how much I love them. I push them. It's like a very tough love.
Do you yell? Are you like, ah?
No, I talk like this on the field. I feel like yelling at them doesn't work.
Yeah.
I did learn that from a young age that it's not worth it. I'm not a yeller and screamer
tell,
anyway. This is who I am even on the field. But I definitely motivate. Like I'm competitive, so I motivate them to have discipline and a level of accountability that is like, it's elite. It's different.
What do you do like when they break down? Like, do they just ever just like, I just can't do this anymore?
Yeah, they're females between the ages
What if they're
of
like
18
on
to
their
22.
cycle and they have some big,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
They do.
Those days where you just don't have the energy and you're
Yeah.
just not feeling it or you didn't sleep well.
Yeah. I mean, we prepare for all of those things and they know that they're going to come. And that's where they have to kind of lean into it and get vulnerable and tell the person next to them, like, I need you today because I
Right.
can't, like a family does. We carry different weights at different points for each other. And sometimes my load might be heavy and my assistance is light. And then vice versa. Sometimes our captain's load is really heavy depending on what our team needs from them. But
And that's why you have 43 players.
and
So if
knowing their
somebody-
role. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
case they just need a break or.
Yeah. We are every single day with them. So it's not like it's once or twice a week, like high school, after school. It's like morning, afternoon, and night sometimes.
Every single day? Like Monday through
Most
Friday?
Most days. Yeah. And our office doors are open. Saturdays too, because we play a lot of Saturday games. Sundays are mostly our days off and away from each other. But yeah, we're watching film early mornings, late at night. Sometimes
Film of
together.
games and just studying it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we study games. We give them scouting reports and we pick through those and they have study guides for every single game.
Oh
it's
my
intense.
gosh.
I know.
This is like all like the NFL stuff you watch behind the
Yes.
scenes and they're like whiteboards and talking
Yes.
about plays.
Yeah, all day long.
I want to come to one
It's
of your
so
like
fun.
conditioning practices and see if I can do it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can hang with these girls.
I will
Probably
tell
not. I'll
you.
fall to the ground.
It isn't. I'm constantly in awe of how much they can do and how strong they are, how powerful they are, because what we put on their plate is not easy.
So, but they actually get a break for holidays, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
are they gone for whatever?
They have a full winter packet, so every single day they have to do their training on their own right now.
No?
But
way.
yes, they have 4 weeks at home and they're expected every single day with 1 day off. They're expected to follow that plan and come
What's
back
the
in
plan?
shape.
Like they have to like write like a workbook or like you have to go run 5 miles?
We
and
give it to them. We give them a specific plan.
every day they have to do something
Yes.
specific, whether it's like
specific
watch.
to lacrosse, specific to their training, speed and agility, lifting, conditioning. It's a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
like intense.
But
I need to come
keep
to a
in
game.
mind, we have scholarships. So, it is a full-time job.
right.
And they are getting assistance with their education by playing the sport and getting paid to play the
Right.
sport. So
it goes both. It's like both
it
ways.
goes both
Yeah.
ways. Yeah. And they're choosing it.
So how has like your whole journey just changed the relationship to yourself?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I mentioned some of my challenges, but just getting to know myself, in the pressure moments and what I've needed as I've grown as a mom and as a wife and just life in general, like what's more important to me now than it was in my 20s,
Priorities
Winning
shift a little
games-
bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am so competitive. I come from a family of 6 too. So, and I'm number 5. So I'm on the younger end. And I always was like, we just had a very competitive household. So by nature, I'm super competitive. When I was younger, it was all about winning and losing. And I put a lot of value in that. And as I've grown up and grown, I put a lot of weight in my relationships and how I'm affecting these girls' lives for good and bad. And I know that I have a lot of power over the way they view themselves and the way they carry themselves and the way, like a parent figure. I try to be more like a big sister. Like to think that I'm not old enough to be their mom yet, but I'm getting there.
Do you get personal with them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's all.
Sometimes they
open.
come to me and tell me things that they are not willing to tell their parents. And I have to either help them with that or hold the secret and help them, get through hard things because life is hard, especially at those ages.
Yes.
They're growing so much and they're figuring out who they are as people. So I know that I have a lot of weight with that as the head coach.
So what matters far less to you now than it used to, and why?
I would say the record, the wins and the losses.
Oh, really? It's more about your impact and the relationships that you're creating.
It's all about the impact. And honestly, in switching gears, I feel like the wins are the byproduct of the deepness in the relationships that I have. The winning just now happens. I don't have to work so hard at it. And I don't mean to sound like we never lose, because we have lost.
But you don't lose a lot, it sounds like.
We don't lose a lot. We don't lose a lot. We love going to the NCAA tournament. We've
how many
done it
games?
many times.
How many games do you play before you like go to the tournament? Like how many games are in a
so
season?
regular season 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is it
this
every
year
week?
we'll play 16.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes twice a week. Sometimes Wednesday, Saturday. And then we have a championship, conference championship. If you win the conference championship, you go to the NCAA tournament. NCAA tournament, then you play until you lose. Similar to like the March Madness basketball.
Got it.
We have
Okay.
a whole big bracket that comes out in May after conference games are played. And so, yeah, we've gone there 7 times in my time at High Point. And
Do you have like
we plan
a
on
biggest win? Like what would be like your biggest win that you could share, and how did you celebrate?
oh my gosh.
Popping bottles.
Biggest win, yeah. Well, not with my players. Biggest win of the program was probably in the NCAA tournament. We beat Towson and made it to the Sweet 16. That's been a couple of years. After that, we beat Duke, which was like a big win for us. Notre Dame came and played us. They're all in the ACC. We beat Hopkins on their home field. That was a really big win. Just last spring, we beat Virginia Tech, another ACC opponent. So we've had some good ones through the years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself doing this for decades?
I can't see myself not doing it,
Right.
but I'm sure there will come a day where maybe it morphs into something different. I love
Ooh.
leading young women. I feel like I've been called to connect with young people, and lacrosse has, again, just like been that platform for us. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I love High Point University. I love North Carolina. I love where we live. My kids are just getting started with school, and so I don't know that we'll uproot them. But
How do you juggle being a mom of 2 young children and a wife?
well, my husband he's awesome. He does a lot of work at home, especially when I'm traveling and on the road. Sometimes my kids come with me though.
Aw.
And the girls love them, and they are like,
What will they do? Just like
big
run around while
sisters.
the game's going? Or do you have someone come with them, like a babysitter?
Yeah. Like we also have a nanny, which she's been like the most valuable. So she watches over them. Yeah. And I have close by family too. So my sister helps, my brother helps.
What about your social life? Do you have time to like just hang out with the girls?
Yeah. Social life. Not the players, my staff. Yeah. I mean, I love to work out and stay fit, and I'm like a meal prepper, and I'm like type A with all that
Perfectionist
stuff.
in you.
That's me. Yeah.
That's you.
I would say that's also back to that other question of like what's transformed through the years. Definitely letting go of some of those things too. Like 10 years ago, if my meals weren't ready to go, I would be like not sure how to handle it. Now I'm like, oh, well, I skip a meal or
Bigger
I'll
fish to
eat
fry.
2 at the same time. Like,
Well, speaking of letting go, we
Yes.
will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
all right.
Welcome back to this week's segment of What's Trending Now on Our Beats Radio, Media, and Streaming Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And now let's get started on our upcoming local, national, and international concerts, starting off with Black Box Theater, where DJ Nightmare will be performing for the Mindful Tour, taking place on Sunday, December 27th. Doors open at 10 p.m. You can get your tickets at blackboxcharlotte.com. Tosco Music's annual open mic night is happening on Tuesday, January 6th, taking place at the Evening Muse. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. You can get your tickets at eveningmuse.com. Demi Lovato is headed to the Spectrum Center in Charlotte for the It's Not That Deep tour, taking place on Wednesday, April 8th. Doors open at 8 p.m. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. This is Annalise Pearl, bringing you all the new details on the latest trending watercooler conversations. Stay on top with the Our Beats app and ourbeats.com, always bringing you the best of the best independent, national, and international music artists. Constant influences are on the Our Beats app. You all know the drill. Now let's get started with this week's DJ World Beats top trending songs. Spinning now on 25/8 366, our global pop stream, DJ World Beats brings you House's Way and Katie by Riff Raff, We have Boss Up by Shensia. We have Prototype by Victoria Modesta. We have Crystallized by John Summit featuring Inez. Trending now on Our Beats Radio, our house and EDM stream, we have Life is Simple by Masick and Marshall Jefferson featuring Salome Das. Talk of the Town by Fred Again and Sammy Vergi with Reggie. Mana by Ace Ventura and Starlab. We have Bass Down Low by Cashmere, Bassjackers, and Avantgada. We have coming up on We Global Radio, our hip hop and R&B stream, we have Can't Hold Us by Sampa the Great. And we have closing out on USA Heroes, our classic rock and country station, we have White Horse by Chris Stapleton. And that concludes this week's countdown. Be sure to check out our social media sensation show, What's Trending Now, and be sure to check out the watch list with Greasy Keys right here on ourbeats.com. Thank you all so much for watching.
And we're back with Coach Boss from High Point University. I want to say it with a Southern accent. High Point University. So, you know, my background is yoga, energy, healing, and all of those things. So let's talk about that mind-body connection. Like, how do you get your players mindful in that mindset?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you know, it's not like a light switch. So you can't just turn it on and you can't be scattered over here and then show up on the field and be clear-minded, you know, like it's all day long.
Mm-hmm. It's a practice.
It is a practice, and it is for us too. It's a training. We train our minds the way we train our legs and our arms and, you know, the strength in our mind. We talk a lot about mental toughness, and mental toughness not being like, I can run through this wall. Like that's physical toughness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the mental toughness of like, wow, I just made a huge mistake. That was a surprise to my brain. How can I stay steady, work through that, and still be great in the next moment and for us in the next possession? So it's constant. We have a mental playbook on the sideline.
Tell us more.
Every single person has a page in it. And they have what we call is like a red card where if we made a play, so let's say I throw the ball to you and I throw it way over your head and it goes out of bounds. That's that's a moment that could create red brain for me. Like, yeah. Like I'm not breathing clearly.
You feel it in your body.
Thinking about just that. And I got to think about the next thing because the clock doesn't stop for my mind. You know, it keeps going. So either in that moment, we have teammates that know each other's red cards. So we use like cheat words. Or like sometimes it's the physical touch like we were talking about before. Sometimes it's simply like them gripping their sticks really, really tight and letting go. Sometimes they have to run to the sub box because they're so distracted by a big mistake that we need somebody else to fill in. And then we just use the sideline to get them calmed down, you know, get a drink of water, talk through what they can control. You know, it's a lot of that stuff, things that you talk about when you're on your mat, you know, and we bring that into life. That's why what you do with the girls is so important because they're doing it off the field and I'm hoping that they bring what they do off the field right onto the field. We try to slow the game down. You know, the clock is always ticking, but we try to not focus on the scoreboard and what the actual score is or what the time is that's left and just the present moment. So we have a lot of those, you know, we call it a 10 and 2, but it's like holding the steering wheel and like squeezing really tight and then releasing slowly.
Yeah. So what would be like one quick tool that you would use if somebody just like threw the ball out of bounds and came over and was freaking out? Would you say, remember the mental playbook, or would you give them a tool like? Oh yeah, we breathe like right away. First of all, I'm like a hugger, so my arm goes around them instantly just to make them feel like we're all recognized. I don't say like, you just threw the ball out of bounds. It's like they know that.
We know. We both just saw that ball fly straight over her head. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about like clear that mind. Like, get out of the past and into the present right now because we can't give that any attention. And then back to the conversation earlier, like, that's what we do all week. We go back to our mistakes and we talk about them when it's not a pressure situation so that we can see it, get away from it, talk about what we need to do instead of that. And just it's a lot. We call it acknowledge and replacing. So we acknowledge the mistake, but we replace it with something that's going to be helpful. And what's going to be helpful is like loosen up your hands on your stick. Get yourself a nice little deep breath, like maybe 5 or 6 of them. Cheer for your teammates. That will distract you from your mistake, So a lot of those kinds of things. And then like, it's not I'm a college coach at the highest level. So it's not, it's okay, Susie, get it, better luck next time. Like that's my 4-year-old at home,
Yeah.
But like, this is like, keep yourself checked in, open your eyes, focus on what's next, and keep it moving. So it is a tough love approach. It's we're not crying on the sideline.
Right.
We're not allowed to do that.
Right.
But
I think what you said earlier, like that safe space, I feel like that's really important for them to feel like emotionally say all the things, but like you're not going to shame them.
No.
Right. They know they can come to the sideline and you're going to put your arm around them. You're not going to like, give them a cookie.
Yeah.
But,
No.
but be like, okay, like I'm here, but let's like
Yes.
get ourselves together and move on to the next.
Yes. You got this.
Yeah.
You can do this. You've done this before. A lot of like positive affirmations make them feel like they're back on top of the world and then scoot them back through the sub box. And, we do a lot of those exchanges just to keep them focused.
I
and
wish we had a
present.
panel of like all of your graduates, like 4 or 5, like to tell us the impact,
Yes.
when they're in their 20s and 30s and all the things that you've taught them.
It's
that
hilarious.
spills into their relationships, into their jobs, into their parenting. I'm sure.
It's hilarious. Some of the texts I get, they're like, I'm going into labor. I'm thinking about like that hardest game we were playing in the snow and I was freezing and we won that game and it was really hard, but I'm on my way to have this baby and I'm thinking about you and my lacrosse experience. And I'm like, yes.
That makes me want to
win.
cry.
That's a win.
So sweet.
So that's how I see the wins and the losses these days, because it's so much more than just the scoreboard.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when's your first game?
First game.
We all wanna come.
We open with Duke.
Ooh, home or away?
At home in High Point. February, 2nd February of the month. I'll have to check that one out. Maybe the 9th. The 9th, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, 7th or 9th. I can't remember. But yeah, we open with Duke. It's always a big one. They're very good.
Wow.
Usually top 25 team.
So what do you do after a really, really, really intense and insane game, which it sounds like a lot of them are? How do you calm yourself down? Do you go home and sit in the bath? Do you have a glass of wine? Do you have to call Jeff on the way?
Yeah.
What do you do to
all
take care of
those
yourself,
things.
like self-care, to just like...
Yeah, a lot of those things, definitely. Usually it's just emotionally and mentally exhausting to give so much constantly be there to keep these girls at a steady level. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, but instantly like hugging my kids can take me to another world, so it usually revolves around the couch or some
food.
Sort of relaxation. Definitely food, because our games last sometimes 2.5, 3 hours. So I'm like ready to eat. Yeah, just downtime with Jeff. I try not to rewind the game and go back and forth until the next day.
Ooh.
Win or lose.
You just let it all
like,
settle in.
Let it
go. Let it go.
Just let it be for whatever it was. It is.
That's like almost a boundary you have with yourself. I
Yes.
think that's really healthy.
It is a definite
You're not,
boundary.
what's that word? Like marinating on
Yes.
all the things. And
sometimes, I have some
incessantly
younger assistant coaches and sometimes they want to talk about it right away. And I'm like, again, close my door. I kind of unwind the way that I wind myself up, close the door. I'm like, we give ourselves 24 hours. Kind of a rule that we have
after every game,
and then we go back to
a complete break
the next day. Yeah,
a complete break, like nothing, no practice, nothing.
Yeah, sometimes cool downs, like recovery the next day, but definitely not same day. No, the next day we have to recover their bodies and get them ready for another.
Do you ever take them to like salt rooms or like cryotherapy or ice baths or any of that like new age stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I bet that's cool.
I'm into all of that. Whatever you know, tell it all to me, because we do a lot of ice bathing. They have like the Theraguns.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of that stuff. They get a ton of massages. Our athletic trainers are really great with them too. A lot of deep stretching. And for them too, like I want them to just chill and relax and not go right back into the film and torture themselves for good or bad, Like,
do they have
away from
access?
it.
Well, I guess if it's on TV,
Yeah,
they have
full
access
access all
of
the time.
watching all of it.
Yeah. which can sometimes be hard. Social
Yeah.
media is hard.
Oh,
Social
do people
media
post
can
about
be
stuff?
hard. Oh, I mean, other teams are doing great stuff. Obviously, like sometimes it's against us. So if they're doing something great, sometimes it can be
What's an
bad
example?
plays.
What's an example of something?
Well, like a 1v1, you know, like if you have the ball and you're my opponent and I'm high point and you beat me and I fall, like while you're beating me, you know, like all
and then
of
they
those
post
things.
it?
Sometimes they do.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be hard.
So that's another level of a mind game, right?
Yes.
Like you have to be resilient. You have to not care what other people are saying about you as athletes, because that's some other team's tactic. It's like, let's tear them down to bring to make ourselves feel better, give ourselves confidence. We try really hard to just focus on ourselves and things we can control, but not every team does.
That's so ego, right? It's just coming from a
So
whole
much
different
ego.
place than where you come from.
Yeah, we talk a lot about like not having an ego and being vulnerable and being open, but we face all different kinds of egos for sure. College sports, yeah.
How do the parents play a role, like their parents in this? Like, do you create relationships with your players' parents?
Yeah, we have a pretty family-oriented program in general. So post-game, the parents provide like tailgates for us, and like we walk off the field, and it's usually like very healthy meals. Not tailgating you're thinking of, like,
Like the Panthers tailgate
at the
I'm going
Panthers
to on
football
Sunday?
game. Yeah, not that kind. The kind that's like refueling them.
Yeah.
Refueling
like a
them with
marathon tailgate or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. But like they get to see their parents, and again, for good or bad, they win the game. Who do you want to see? You want to see the closest people to you. You lose the game, you want to see the closest people to you. So we have them on deck literally as soon as we come off the field, and they go right out there and they eat with them until we either leave to go home or, until the tailgate is over if it's a home game.
Wow.
So
for somebody watching the show today and they are really resonating with what you're saying, and they are like, I want to be a coach, or someone that's starting out as a coach, maybe it's high school, maybe it's college, what advice would you give to someone that's in those shoes?
I mean, there's so much. I have learned so much about life through coaching lacrosse and coaching young people, and I would not trade any of the lessons I've learned. I think for me, there's a lot of rah-rah. There's a lot of coaches that like to yell. There are a lot of very motivational people. For me, it's always been good for me to just stay true to myself and be authentic. My players play better when I'm keeping it real with them. My coaches are more comfortable when I'm authentic with them and with myself. And I think anytime I have tried to go outside of myself and be the screamer or the really loud person, or step into the spotlight, because this is not what I'm most comfortable doing. It hasn't gone well. Like when I have been myself and just been in it for the reasons I'm in it, which is to impact young people's lives, it has been joyful and fun, and sometimes heartbreaking because life is. But I would say, just be yourself, be authentic, be open to growth, learn from people that have been doing it longer than you have.
Do you have a mentor? I was just thinking that. Like, who do you go to when you need advice as a coach?
I have a few mentors in the college game. Some are actually basketball coaches, because that was my first love. Heather Macy, she's a basketball coach, college basketball coach. She was at East Carolina for a long time. She's down in Florida now. Just because similarities with coaching. One of my mentors is actually my brother. My brother is a NASCAR crew chief.
Ooh.
I know. So for Richard Childress Racing, not far from here. So racing and lacrosse, two totally different sports, but he manages a lot of people, and he's under the gun making high pressure situation decisions all the time. So I go to him a lot. One of my best friends is the Davidson head lacrosse coach. So we have lacrosse in common. I have a lot of people. The Duke head coach, Kirsten Kimmel, was my mentor as I battled cancer. She's also a cancer survivor. So I try to just find people that have done what I'm going through better than me, and just learn as much.
So
I'm like a
healthy.
sponge.
That's how I am with
I try to have zero ego when it comes to this. Because yes, 22 years in, many wins, lots of championships, still so much to do, and so much to learn. And our game is forever changing. So
What do you mean forever changing? Like the rules?
The rules change all the time.
Really?
Recruiting rules change all the time. The scope of college sports with NIL deals right now, I don't know if you're familiar, but There's roster limitations.
share.
We can pay players now. So
Really?
yeah, across the board, you can get a full scholarship. You can get school paid for. But outside of that, I mean, student athletes at the college level are getting their cars paid for, housing.
That's happening at High Point too? That's amazing.
Yeah, they're getting checks, monthly checks. I mean, hundreds and millions on the football and basketball
For
level.
college.
College athletes.
When did that happen?
Yeah, so that's new within the last 2 years.
Wow.
So it's just, it's changing. People are in it now, sometimes for different reasons too, sometimes for the money. So back to the like, be authentic, stay true to yourself and why you're in it. It's not for the money. That never was. It's for the passion and the purpose, you know?
Well, it seems like you're in your passion. Do you feel like you are? You
Yeah.
definitely are.
Yeah,
Yes. And you've known
definitely.
it since you were a little girl. You said you've always wanted to be a coach.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing what you do in the world. And
Yeah.
I truly believe when people are in their purpose and following their passions, it's serving the collective, because I'm sure even, your players can feel that in you, and that trickles out, that just ripples out. So thank you for doing what you do in the world.
Yeah. It's my passion and my purpose. So it doesn't feel like work to me.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching, come to the first game,
Yes.
February something.
In February,
Duke.
first Friday in February versus Duke. At
Do you
High Point.
have a social media or anything, or do you have a High Point social media?
Yeah,
or do you have-
HPU Women's, HPUW Lax
Okay.
for High Point, and then Lyndsey Boswell. I'm on Lyndsey Boswell 4 on Instagram.
So give her a follow, DM her with a question.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for watching. And thank you, Lyndsey, Coach Boz, for taking the
you.
big commute from High Point University to here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks,
Thank
everybody,
you.
for watching. See you soon.